What's happening, people? The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt, aka Matthew Brown, the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. And it is a beautiful Friday, a feel good Friday, your final day of January 2025. It is January 31st. And as we are about to head into the month of February, let's talk about what was trending during the end of the final week of 2025 here on a brand new tweet cap. Ryan and Jose with me as per usual. What's up, gentlemen?
This has been a long year, January 2025.
I feel January every month is always long. Every
Yeah,
January
dude,
is long.
January is always
We
the
I see.
longest month of the year.
I always like January personally.
I
But
never liked it.
I always like it because of the football postseason for
Well, that's
college
always, yeah,
football
I like
and
football, but
NFL.
it's.
So yeah. So
Royal Rumble.
what's up? What's up, Jose? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. And January sucks. Sorry to say that, Matt. It's just a trash month.
It's just so
It's
cold, but it's
It's
not like
over now.
Christmas, you know what I mean? Like, excuse me, like Christmas and cold. You're like, all right, yeah, it's cold out, but at least it's like Christmas time. And you're in the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit if you don't celebrate
in
Christmas.
January.
January, no, December, I'm saying.
Oh,
But like in the January, it's just as cold, but you've got nothing to look
What?
forward to.
and you're broke after the Christmas
Yeah,
holiday.
yeah, you spend all your money in the holidays. Like, it's literally just December, but sad.
hmm
Sad December. That's
And
January.
then you realize you think, ah, just look ahead, and it's fucking February. And for all y'all single fucks, it's probably even worse.
Oh, relax. There's so many places to go for singles on Valentine's Day. You'll be fine.
Well, I like February, January and February personally, but that's just me apparently. But regardless, it's over. January's over.
It
So let
is.
us celebrate the end of January by talking about what was going on in our world. And just a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasts and platforms in YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdCobblePod, TikTok at Productive Conversations, and Facebook at Productive Conversations. Just two quick things to mention before the show begins. What happened in DC was absolutely heartbreaking with a commercial jet and a Black Hawk helicopter colliding. No survivors, just lots of questions, and no doubt we are very sorry about what happened. Thoughts and prayers to everybody involved, all friends, family, and pets who lost loved ones. And Ryan, you are in DC,
Mhm.
literally hit home, and
Mhm.
feel for your community.
Yeah, no, it's tough. There's a lot of people here affected, both like directly and just, the fact that it happened so close by, a couple miles from the spot where it happened, which is very sobering to think about. We talked to someone today who was talking about people they knew who were on the flight. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely very, very sad. There's not a lot of information. Most of the information we're hearing is contradictory at best, to be honest with you. I don't know, unfortunately, if we'll ever really know what happened. My opinion, based on everything going around here locally, on like social media based in Virginia, and then of course the national news, as everybody has probably seen it. There's just never going to be a real answer. No one's looking for a real answer, for being totally honest, and that stinks even worse for this community and for their families. But for now, we just have to, hope that the recovery, it is recovery. This morning they switched it from search and rescue to recovery, that the recovery efforts go well, that families can get the peace that they, as much peace as they can find as they process this, and that if there is anything that we can learn about what happened, whether it just be a tragic accident or otherwise, like that could have been or could have been avoidable. Like whatever we can learn, I hope we do, and I hope we try our best to fix it so this doesn't happen again. But yes, no, horrible. Only thing anybody can talk about around here. Everyone feels it in a particularly strongly. Everyone's on edge in this area to begin with, and so this is definitely a tragic thing to add on top of everything else.
Very well said, Ryan. And again, we're here for you all. I also want to say something too, just a second thing to mention. I was very sad to see this comedian who unfortunately left our world and went on the other side of the rainbow. Ken Flores passed away this week. I don't know if you two are familiar with him. I
I
actually
think I've
saw
seen some
him.
stuff. Yeah.
I actually saw him perform in Bridgeport last month, and he was incredible.
Wow.
I really,
Last
really
month though?
enjoyed it. Yeah, last month.
What happened
Opening
if
for Renee Vaca. Um, what
what
happened?
happened to him? Like why
Oh, they
if
don't
he
have
was
the family hasn't released the cause of
okay.
death, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
I think they
But
did on TMZ.
they
Maybe they
did
did, but I don't
well.
you know what? If TMZ did it, then by all means go check what TMZ wrote. We are not gonna push that. The family hasn't if the family hasn't said we're not gonna push that. But thoughts and prayers to them as well.
Absolutely. That man will forever make people laugh. He definitely made me laugh. And we actually talked in crowd work. True
Yeah,
story.
I
But
mean, I do remember you telling me about that actually.
yeah, so that was a very gut wrenching to see.
Yeah.
And so forever keep we'll have the memory of Ken Flores, everybody. All right, so let's switch it up and let's get into some lighter things.
Yes.
So earlier this week, there was a post on Instagram that included America's favorite two brothers. The Paul brothers released this, the moment you've been waiting for, right? March 27th on Max. Seems pretty normal. Then they do this little promo.
Let's go!
So, you put two and two together. Oh, they're going to actually have a boxing match with each other. And that's what was led to belief for a little bit. But it was actually confirmed towards the end of the week that they're actually not fighting. They're going to just have a reality TV show on Max starting in late March. The Paul Brothers, the show, the reality show everybody is asking for.
It's called, by the way, for those, you might as well do the full promo there. It's Paul American. That's going to be the name of the show, Paul American. Like All American, but the Paul's, don't you get it? I mean, can I be honest?
Of course.
Fine, do a reality show. I guess it makes sense, right? Like, but everybody wants to see y'all fight. Like that everybody wants the match.
Should
Like
it be a
honestly,
real fight though? That's already the first thing to ask. Or is it
who cares about
they're
that?
literally learning from WWE.
Yeah, who cares about that? I mean, I if it were me, and they could still do this, do the fight first. Use the fight to promote the new reality show. You could talk about training for the fight on your new reality show. Like to me, if I feel like they missed a huge opportunity because I'll be honest, as much as everybody hates both of them, and believe me, everybody hates both of them. Not everybody, and unfortunately, not everybody, but enough people do. But whatever. Everyone was excited, myself included, for the possibility of a boxing match between them. Like, I was morbidly, perhaps, but I was curious about that. And now I don't get it. I have to watch those two. They're insufferable to listen to and for any meaningful amount of time. And now they're in a reality show, which means all they're going to do is talk. And so it's to me, it's like, yeah, to me, it's just, I don't know.
This is
Like,
literally
do the fight.
Kardashians for dudes. Well, not
Right.
even because dudes don't want that.
Well, actually, so I'm going to push back on that. I think dudes do want that. I think the reason this show
They're
is
not my
happening.
friends.
No, yeah, but I'm saying, I mean, just think about like the guys who are super popular right now, all these podcasters and comedians and stuff. Like the Pauls are 100% the YouTubers and Twitch streamers. Pauls are 100% part of that crowd. They have tons of views, tons of followers on socials. Like I think dudes do genuinely want to see what the Paul brothers' life is like, the Paul life is like. And amongst other celebrities, obviously the Pauls are just the two probably most mainstream famous. So I think the show will probably still do well. I think this is the moment for the show, and that's why the show's happening. I'm just saying it was clearly fight promotion. Obviously, it was a bait and switch. It was to promote the reality show. I think they should just do the fight anyway. What do you guys think?
Definitely, duh. Do it
But
anyway.
who
Give us
who
What do you
another
wants
guys
to
think?
see
reason to
that?
be mad.
What?
Who
Give us
wants
another
to see
reason to be
that?
silly.
You know, all three of us be watching Paul versus Paul.
If it's free, I wouldn't pay for it.
You know, if Netflix put Paul versus Paul on, we'd all watch.
I wouldn't probably. Being real honest, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Okay. So I'm being honest. Matt's being honest. Jose is not being honest.
I would watch for the show, but
If Dolo
yeah.
was here, he'd agree that he'd also be watching. I think if I pulled 9 out of 9 guys from my phone right now, they would all say, yeah, I'd probably watch. I don't think any guy would be like, no, I'm not gonna watch. Like some people will be more enthusiastic than others, but it would absolutely be a massive fight number. And I think that basically their track record proves that. Like they've proven well enough that they're a draw. So I
Logan
think
Paul has a track record.
Logan Paul has absolutely
He
got
beat
a
Floyd
track record.
Who?
Mayweather. He beat Floyd
He
Mayweather.
lost to Mayweather,
No,
won,
no,
and that
not he's
wasn't
not.
even
I
a
didn't say he's a
draw.
good. Stop. I didn't say he's a good fighter. You've got the old school thought where
I
only
get.
good fighter. Only no. You've got the old school mentality of good fighters are famous. No, famous and good are different. You don't have to be famous and
I'm
good at
not
something.
saying he
You could
was
be bad
good.
at everything and famous, or you could be really good at stuff and not famous. Logan
Ryan,
Paul is a draw. If he's on
he's
television or
not a
on YouTube,
draw.
people will watch. He is a draw.
Logan Paul did not draw Floyd Mayweather. That's why Floyd Mayweather. Oh, he didn't even get no money. It wasn't
Again,
even a draw.
he was a draw. Look at the rest of his content.
Who else he fought?
No, look at just his content in
I get
general.
contact, but when it doesn't go to fighting. He's not a draw.
It would go to fighting, especially against his brother, who has drawn, by the way.
We all are suspect as fuck because we all know it's gonna be off stage.
Yeah, no one's gonna care about that. But it is, but no one's gonna care. I think it would draw well. I think they should do it. There's clearly interest based on the reaction to the teaser. That's what I think.
Oh, Ryan.
Who do you want? Who would you want to win
Yeah.
in that case?
In the hypical Paul match, who do I want to win?
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's Jake. Everybody wants Jake to win.
Yeah, I think so. I think they both suck. If they could both lose, that'd be pretty cool. But
Well,
it's
I
not
know
possible.
Well, when
the
Logan
country of
gets
Japan wants Jake Paul to win.
Jake Paul, he's gonna come out with like a Japanese flag and kimono.
well, and then when Logan wins the World Heavyweight Championship and put WWE back 20 years in credibility, that's
That will
how
never
what's
happen.
gonna happen. Well, he
it
beats
definitely will
Gunther.
happen, but it won't. He won't put them back 20 years in credibility. That's unfortunately
Fine,
not the
10
case.
years.
No, maybe 2.
I'll give you 5 to be generous, but it'll
No,
be
maybe.
a lot.
Maybe 5.
But you admit that credibility is lost when you give Logan Paul the
No.
World Heavyweight
I
Championship.
admit that your credibility.
Jose,
I
save
admit
it.
that
Jose,
your
come for the
credibility.
save.
I would admit that you would find it less credible, and therefore, if
That
even
is David Arquette style.
No, it's not. Stop. Have you ever seen David Arquette wrestle?
Yeah.
Really?
I said, I won't
There's
go
a-
David. I won't go David Arquette, but it will make the lessen the title if he's
It will-
cheap.
Right.
Thank you.
No, I said that. Like people will
The
view it as cheap.
Intercontinental World Heavyweight Championship.
People will view it as cheap, but I'm assuming he's only going to hold it for like a month, and that would be fine. It would
But
not
you
do
can't.
any
It,
lasting
it wouldn't
damage.
be. It wouldn't be a month at all because you would need to just the WWE would need to justify it. So
Yeah.
by you doing that, by you doing it, you're just making. If
No,
you
you
give
have
Logan
him-
Paul for
Look,
a month,
He wins
and
it. He wins it at a small show. He carries it through SummerSlam, like into SummerSlam. So he's on all the shows. He's doing the
He's
full
not going to
promotion.
be on the show. He will be
Okay.
once a month. He's the Brock Lesnar.
Well, no, I'm saying
even worse.
Okay, I'm saying you'd have to get him to agree. If he's not going to be on the show, then no, you don't need to do this. This is a short-term blitz to try and get interest in SummerSlam. If they want to give him the title, the PLE before SummerSlam, have him on frequently, promoting SummerSlam on TV, on his podcast, on the other shows, on the YouTube channels, promoting a match for SummerSlam, have him lose at SummerSlam, and then he could go away for a bit, come back, challenge the champion who beat him, lose again, and that's the end of the Logan Paul in the main event.
Gunther.
That would be how I would do that. That would be
Especially
how
if
to
you do it-
maximize the
Especially if
Logan
he did it
Paul.
with Gunther, especially too.
No,
The wrestling general.
No, it have to be. It
Yeah.
have to be a babyface. It can't be Gunther.
that
Um,
or beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That won't be Roman Reigns. But no, I think that it could be done. Again, on the way to SummerSlam. I don't think it's happening now. Now would be insane because
You know
they're
what?
already building to WrestleMania without him as champion. So making him champion would be stupid.
You know
Like
what?
you needed to be building to one of the main shows in order for it to be worth it to get him on like TV, get him on these other things, holding the title, talking about the company.
You,
So you can't do it right now. Not enough
you
time.
know what? There's only one way I can think of the top of my head that could justify Logan Paul winning is if you
The
fought
boxing
Gunther,
match or the world
the
championship?
world title.
Okay.
If you put him versus Gunther, and then you had Kai Tai come in, interfere in the match,
Choppy choppy.
choppy, and they chop the crap out of Gunther, and he wins it 1, 2, 3 with the help of Kai Tai.
All right, Cayenne Thai is what we'll need then. I think it could happen not anytime soon, though. I think we're months and months away from the first opportunity that they would even consider giving it to Logan Paul.
You'll never get it.
Hilarious. Well, either way, we got the Paul brothers doing something. We'll see if anything goes viral. I'm not going to be watching the
It's
show.
on Max. Well, nobody's
Yeah.
watching it. It's
Max.
fucking Max. It's like the
Yeah.
That's
second
where
worst
AEW
streaming service.
Hey,
Yeah, who-
I actually
I
love
love
Max. I just don't.
for
I
the
mean, I'm
Max
not
HBO.
gonna
too.
watch this, but
But you
Max
know,
is good.
you know what we're watching on Max? There's only one show I watch on Max: 90 Day Fiance.
Oh my
After that,
God.
I will watch the shit.
You have
Be
to
real
watch
Max
it.
honest with
has
you.
Do you
Max
know
has
that-
all of the
Oh, God,
prestige
no.
shows from HBO.
You pick 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah,
No
HBO,
Sopranos,
every
no Wire.
every prestige drama from and some comedies, by the way,
Yes.
from HBO is on Max.
There's
If
only
you
one HBO show I watch, and that bitch to get to another
Is
season takes
Entourage?
10 years. Entourage is my number one, but
say
I'm talking
Entourage is there.
Euphoria. I'm talking about currently
Euphoria?
I
Euphoria.
hate that.
Fucking
Out of all the show, that is
Oh my
not
God.
prestige.
years. God damn, they're
Jose,
in high school
Jose,
and
Sam
not in
Jose,
college.
Levinson
Jose, admit it. You just
sucks.
liked seeing the locker room scene. Admit it.
Oh,
Sam
no.
Levinson sucks.
That's all you wanted was that locker room
He is
scene.
terrible.
You watched that 4 times and said, "I've seen Euphoria."
Euphoria was amazing,
Sucks.
especially with
Locker
that
room
hot
scene.
blonde. Yeah.
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeney, yeah.
Sweeney.
But no, I think that I mean, yeah, The Sopranos, The Wire, obviously, Deadwood is really good.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, Entourage was good for a long
Well,
time.
that's not prestige. That's just there.
No, but it was good. It was a very famous show from
Oh,
HBO.
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Popular in popularity doesn't mean good though. But popular.
Fine, yeah. There's a lot of good and popular shows. Some are both that were on HBO. So Max is good, but no one's watching. I mean, apparently, except for Jose, who's watching 90 Day Fiance. Nobody's watching reality TV on Max. I don't think, but
Well, I don't have cable, so it works for me.
I mean, yeah, no, I guess a lot of people are cutting the cord. So if you do want to watch reality TV, you might watch it on Max. But I think Netflix has got the reality TV market cornered, if you want my honest opinion, in terms of the streamers. But
They just announced Squid Game season 3, and it'll be the last one, which is a good.
But no, but they always
Well, that's
said
not-
that
that's-
was always announced.
yeah, but
They
that's
just
not
confirmed
a
the
what's
date.
it called?
Oh, I didn't see it.
I'm about to say that's not a.
Are we
reality
getting also
show.
a Love on the Spectrum season 3? That
Might.
I'm
Please,
excited
I hope not.
That is what I'm excited for.
Actually, you know what else is on Max though? What the heck is the name of that show you made me watch? Where they're all naked.
Real sex?
No, the British show where they have to
Oh.
choose, like they have to pick a
I remember
partner
what you're
based on
talking
like
about.
they're like naked, so
Yeah.
you see like their legs for or their
Not
whatever.
Naked and Afraid, but something.
Naked
Yeah,
and
we
Afraid,
did.
but
We did a TC show on it.
we did a whole Tweak F show. I watched like 5 episodes, I think, for that show, and I don't remember the
It
name.
was
of
very popular in the UK.
Yeah, it was a big UK show, but that's on Max, and that was a reality show that's the only reality show I've watched on Max. So there you go.
We'll see. We'll see. These streamers are battling it out, and I love it. It only benefits the viewer. Don't forget, watch your Oscar movies this month, which or some are on Max, March 2nd. Okay. Let's move on. Moving on. So, has anyone heard of the rapper Dank? How do I say this? Dank Demoss.
Demoss?
Have you heard of Dank Demoss?
Only in preparation for this show.
Okay, Dank Demoss. You'll know who she is. Maybe the female Dave Blunts, if you want to make a comparison. But Dank Demoss, everybody, is in the news because she felt that she was discriminated against. Now Dank Demoss is a big girl. Quite frankly, she's obese. She's morbidly obese. She's very big. And she sued Lyft in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, telling complaining that they discriminated against her because she was too big for the Lyft car. And her lawyers say that it's segregation. So I have an actual report here from Fox 2 in Detroit who explains it a little more. So here is Dank. It's Dank Demoss. Dank Demoss.
I think it's Demoss. Yeah, Dank Demoss.
Dank Demoss talking about her big Rosa Parks like story. Jose, give us your honest opinion right here on Dank Demoss right now. And would you let her in your car?
Fuck no. I've
So
seen the video.
if you were if you were a Lyft driver, you think it's okay that he said you can't go in here?
You saw a little of that car he
Blanding.
had?
He said what?
You saw how little his car was? It was a little Honda.
Oh,
Fuck
I don't
that.
know that I could fit her in my car.
Oh, geez. Let's watch the
Was
clip.
she? I tell you this right now. If I let that bitch in my car, she flattens my tires. Do you think she can go pay for my fucking new tires? Fuck no. Fuck her. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see the
Jeez,
clip.
wow,
We know
Jose's
how
really
Jose
upset.
feels.
All right.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
For every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL experience.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank Demoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Well, well, well. Is this the end of Lyft, guys?
No. So I would say to the lawyer, and again, I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on a podcast. But I believe Lyft is private contractors. So if they're going to sue Lyft, they'd have to show how Lyft, the company, discriminated against her. And I don't know how they could do that if it's a private contractor that they hired out. I guess there might be something in the contract in which Lyft takes responsibility for the actions of its private contractors. I'd be willing to bet that they have the opposite clause in there where they take no responsibility for what happens with their private contractors. So I like right off rip, I think that that's a problem. Even if they agree that yes, they should, that her weight makes her, is a protected class that needs special protections under the law. Even if that's upheld in court, I don't know that it's Lyft's responsibility to make sure that all of its drivers follow that rule. You might want to sue the driver, I guess, but I don't know how you could sue Lyft if Lyft had no knowledge of this. And there's also evidence that Lyft reached out to her after this went viral to say that's not okay. Like, we'll hook up with and get something done. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like Lyft agreed with her to some extent, and that it was wrong, and the disagreement is whether or not they're liable. But the second thing, so look, the tire, he should have never mentioned the tires, because the tires can hold. The tires can hold. They just
I don't know.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They can hold significantly more weight than that. So the tires were fine. The frame of the car.
Ryan, what if you don't know what's in the trunk of his car?
What does the trunk matter?
Because he might have stuff in it that where her weight added on top of that might not handle it.
Highly
We're
unlikely.
playing this we're assuming, but we can't
Highly-
sue. Can't
again,
sue. Can't
I
sue in the
didn't
court
say
of
assume.
law.
I didn't
We're
assume.
assuming that.
Well, you can certainly ask him what's in the back of the car, but
Maybe
for a court of law.
his tires were flattening.
Yeah, but that's
Man,
also so that's also not her fault. That would be his fault if his tires were already flattening. But I would say if his tires were all healthy and good, it can absolutely hold her weight. But as could the frame of the car, like the car's not going to break down. However, it is possible that she would be too big to safely drive in the car. I don't know what Detroit's laws are around seatbelt use, but it's possible that because the car's size, she would have been unable to safely ride in that car with her seatbelt on. It's entirely possible that she would have taken up more than one seat in the car based on the size that I saw. And that could also be a problem in terms, again, of safety. So I don't, I mean, I get it. It was a high profile case. The lawyer is looking, at dollar signs if he wins because it's Lyft. I don't know that they're going to win this.
they're definitely not winning it.
I really don't know that they're going to win this. And I also, not for nothing, calling it segregation, I think, and again, I might be speaking out of school as someone who's neither that fat or any other protected class, but I would be offended if I heard that and I was somebody who was in a protected class comparing this, the driver saying, you can't fit in my car, to a driver saying, I don't take Christians or Muslims or whatever for rides. It is not the same. He did not say, I'm sorry, I don't drive with fat people. He said, you can't fit in my car. You can't fit. That's what he said. I don't know if it's true, but that's what he said. That's not segregation. Maybe it's covering segregation. Maybe he does really just hate people that are large and he was just trying to cover his tracks. But to sit there and say this is segregation, to me, is wholly disingenuous to try and win a case. I hope they lose. And frankly, I hope that they tried in good faith to talk to her. I hope they actually take action as a company against her for this. I think they can probably ban her. They can give her a 1 star and basically make the app unusable for her. And that's what I would do. Now that might be retaliation. So if that's the case, then don't do that, of course. But if it's not retaliation and it's legally possible, that's what they should do. They should go ahead, clean this up. I think they'll win, and they should make it so no one will ever pick her up ever again. She'll have to figure out another way to get around because I think she's seeking money. That's my opinion. I'm sure she was upset. Like, I'm sure she was, but nothing they said was illegal. And so a lawsuit's insane. A call to customer service, I think, would have been far more appropriate than what we're seeing now. That's my opinion. But also, fun story about this. I ordered an Uber with a bunch of friends for a Halloween costume party, so we're all in costume. So the Uber pulled up and saw there was 4 of us in costume. It wasn't even that late. It was like 7:30, 8 o'clock, because we are heading to the party out in DC, and just drove away. Just didn't barely stop. Saw we were and just drove right away. Yeah, so I'm not giving you guys a ride. Just off they went. So
and he canceled.
Yeah, canceled. So again, it happens. Like rides cancel for all kinds of reasons, including the way. Again, they canceled because of the way we were dressed. We had not been drinking. We had not been drinking. No, seriously, we had not been drinking. We were heading to a party, so like yes, we were going to be, but we hadn't at that point. None of us were in particularly gross costumes. One of the couples was dressed as Beetlejuice, and I forget the girl's name, Winona Ryder. I was dressed as the Pink Panther, and my wife was dressed as Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther. So like nobody was in a particularly like
nobody was wearing G-string bikinis.
Right, nothing inappropriate, nothing like that. They just saw that we were in costume, didn't want to deal with the headache of having people going to a Halloween party on Halloween, and said, no, I'm not doing it. So it happens. People cancel, and this is an overreaction. This is the kind of thing that people point to erroneously say that everything's messed up. This is 1 in a million people would even consider doing this, but this is what gets the case. You know what I mean? This is what gets the attention.
Yeah, right. Now, do you think this helps her music career?
It's gonna make her infamous, right? Like notoriety wise, yeah, it probably helps. I'm sure that's part of the math here, by the way. Is you know what? I might get a bunch of money from Lyft. I'll definitely get some news coverage, and that's fine. I can leverage that as a rapper. I think that may very well be part of part of the strategy here. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yes, I think she will. What about you, Jose?
She has a rap career.
I mean, she's a
That's
rapper.
the whole point. Yeah.
That's her. That's why her name is.
And they
whatever
played
it
one
was.
of her songs in the
Dank
packet.
Demoss.
Um,
She was the one. She was rapping in the courtroom. I wonder if Judge Sol London is going to be the presiding court officer for their lawsuit. That would be kind of fun. A fun little callback
Well,
for those of you who didn't see those of you not listening on YouTube, the music video that we watched from her. The judge's name was Sol London. I don't know what that means, but apparently there's a Detroit-based rapper or singer named Sol London who was in a music video with Dank Demoss.
well, just remember, Jose wouldn't let her in her car or ever will. Jose has a
oh,
witness.
never. I'll tell you
To be
this right
clear,
now.
I would if I could. That's
I'll
what
tell
I'll
you
say.
this right. I'll tell you this right now. If I ever become an Uber or Lyft driver and you're fat, I don't give a fuck if you're overweight by 5 pounds. I still won't let you in my car.
Only
I mean,
fit people allowed.
Yeah, that's insanity. But no, I think if I have an HRV, right? If you fit, it's the cat rule. If I fits, I sits. If you fit, fine, get on in. Money's green, dude. But yeah. By the way, I don't drive Uber. I have to say that, or my insurance company will yell at me. But like, yeah. So yeah, if you could fit, fine. Like, but I think he genuinely didn't think she'd fit. Like, I don't think he was trying to be a dick. I really think that's what he
Yeah,
thought.
you know what? I would have just told that. No, let me not. Let me say
Nah,
it
I
in a
can't say
nice
that.
way.
No, you can't say it nice. You have to say it nicer than whatever you're about to do.
I would have just told her, you know what? B, you can hit two birds with one stone by you walking your ass to your destination.
Mm. So my thing is also though, I will say just a bit of advice. If you are an Uber Lyft driver and you see someone that you're not going to pick up, don't stop. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Get it. Get it.
Do what
Don't
our Uber driver did. Slowly drive by and cancel the trip.
Keep going.
I'm confused. Don't I have the right
Yes,
to
you do.
let who I want in or out of my car? So what does it matter if I don't want that bitch in because she's fat? That's my prerogative.
They're
It's my
saying
car.
because she's fat is protected class if you're a business. That's why they're suing the business. That's what I mean. I don't think this works. An individual who's an independent contractor said, "You're too big to get in my car. I can't take you." That being said, had this dude not said a word, just slowly drove past and canceled the trip, there would have been no lawsuit. Because then they wouldn't even have the comments of "you don't fit." Because he said "you won't fit," they could try and pin it on being like they can try and make the argument that this is against her civil rights because of her weight.
And
so,
be careful. Remember, if people have a conflict, some people will put their phone out, try to make you look bad. That's what she definitely
Which
did.
exactly did.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Again, don't stop. If you know you're not going to take the ride, there's no reason for you to stop.
What is she trying to be, the Rosa Parks of Ubers?
Literally, that's what I said. Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, we keep talking about this. To the lawyer, like, I get why you're doing this. But like, no, but hold on. Like, you should read the room a little bit, dude. Like, and I hate saying this because I disagree with it most of the time, but like, this is the kind of stuff that like the folks in charge now, just writ large, like prey on. They love this. They love taking this stuff and making it illegal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys don't have to confirm. I know we don't want to get into a talk about this sort of thing, but you guys know I'm telling the truth. Like, in the year of our Lord 2025, at least if the first month of it is any indication, this is the kind of thing that like doesn't work anymore. And so I feel like read the room, man. You definitely missed the boat. Maybe in 2023, this kind of lawsuit might have had some real legs. I don't know that 2025 this lawsuit's got any sort of legs with a jury or with, you know, I find this to be a very, very misplaced misplaced energy by the part of this lawyer, who I bet she's doing this for free because they genuinely think they're going to make a lot of money off of Lyft. But
Nope.
We can't say no. We don't know. That's what the court process is for.
And if we'll say we can agree with this. If he does something if this lawyer goes out on top, you got to give him credit for the way he
Yeah.
pulled it off.
Yeah, if he can figure out how to make this work, then kudos.
Exactly. Hey, also, just a quick thing. I just saw it was dropped by Netflix, just announced that that Eddie Murphy is going to have a documentary about him on Netflix. I think that'll be a big
Oh, that
hit
could be interesting.
coming out
Yeah.
in 2025. Also, quickly, I'm throwing in a mini segment that just dropped right literally as we speak. Have we all heard about our favorite Fox Sports 1 who is employed at this time? Broadcaster Colin Cowherd.
I have heard about Colin Cowherd, the good guy who didn't attack anybody
Yeah, the amazing
or
person
assault
he is.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, so Colin Cowherd, right? He's apparently a righteous man. He just makes terrible takes to piss people off. So,
That's right.
and honestly, there's a little bit as there was times I legitimately couldn't stand him. As the years gone by, I said, there really is a place for there is
Yeah.
some respect here to go out of your way to do this stuff and
Yeah.
not get affected because truly so many people come at this dude all the time and he just has the thickest skin literally in the industry.
Takes a brave man to be a good guy who just says stupid stuff all the time to entertain sports fans.
There is something to that. Well, it was announced today, just recently that Colin Cowherd's actually moved to Chicago here in the new Big Ten Network offices. So
Okay.
he's leaving LA, going to Chicago. Interesting move, right?
Mhm.
Seems that a lot of just more people leaving Los Angeles or New York to
expensive,
go
yeah.
either move in Los Angeles or New York to produce content. As we see,
Yeah, it's expensive.
Chicago's
Both those
big,
places.
Atlanta, New Orleans, Florida. That's where people are going now. I mean, Pat is making an media empire. Indianapolis,
In Indianapolis. And actually, so this is obviously not the same as Pat's, but do you know John Green, Fault in Our Stars?
I'm not
You know The Fault in Our
familiar.
Stars, the movie?
Yeah, no, the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a book written by a guy named John Green, who is from, I forget where, but he lives in Indianapolis. And so he's got a publishing company there. They do the Crash Course YouTube series, which has been going on for like 20 years now. It's him and his brother. His brother's also an author who's somewhat famous. So they have a ton of YouTube followers. They have a vlog thing that they've been doing since the beginning of YouTube. It's still going strong. They're in Indianapolis too, and like I said, they have a lot of editors, they have a lot of animators because it's an animated series for the most part. So yeah, no, Indianapolis has got a lot of different like mediums kind of like circling around it, trying to build it up, which is interesting because Chicago's right there. But yeah, sorry, you just mentioned Indianapolis, and I was thinking there's another really big
Facts.
YouTube and content creator
there you
space
go on
there.
that. Good stuff there. But here's the funny thing about the announcement of Colin Cowherd going to Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
So let me just say he did not have nice things to say about Chicago 2 years ago. And here is what he said about Chicago 2 years ago, where he moved his show.
There's just
He's
so much
moving
to
his show.
do out here.
Give me your top 3 cities you want to live in America right now.
Well, Chicago's unbelievable city.
Chicago?
Oh, I got a beach right at the city.
It's like a war zone right now. It's like Afghanistan.
No, it's
Are you
not.
kidding me?
No, Chicago's great.
Like some. All
There's-
right. Anyways, so
Chicago-
Chicago's in your top 3. Who else you got?
Chicago. I like living in Los Angeles.
Man, his co-host
So
calling
Fred
it
his co-host
Afghanistan
was,
in a
but
war
he
zone.
defended Chicago, so he'll be welcome. He'll just need a new co-host. That's all. In which case, I've got Mr. Cowherd 3 in mind.
Hey.
And you know what? Comes with a free podcast. That's pretty cool. You get 3 co-hosts and a podcast. I think that's a good deal. Let's get that Fox money flowing. You know what I mean?
Let's get it. Hilarious.
Amen to that.
All right, now let's actually keep up with the sports. I have another sports story for you guys. What do you think is the one league that's had the most complaints in the last few years about the product they put on the field/court/ice?
The most complaints?
Yeah, if it were me, I think it's the NBA. NBA,
Yeah,
everybody,
I was just thinking that.
nobody has a good thing to say about the
NBA
NBA
or
in the
maybe
last
the MLB.
5 years.
Like maybe it's the MLB, but I would say it's NBA or MLB for sure. I wouldn't be surprised either. And I
Yeah.
think personally it'd be the NBA because I just haven't.
There
heard
you go.
anything
Well,
about
that's
it.
the answer I'm looking for. Then, but you both said it, and I agree
Okay.
too. Everybody feels like it seems like everybody hates the NBA right now, especially in the last 5 years.
It's been a
From
little-
load management to repeat play to lack of star from load management to lack of star power to regular season not even being competitive at all. Heck, not even the first 2 rounds of the playoffs being competitive. You could even argue the conference finals at this point aren't that as competitive as they should be. Playoff ratings have gone down. Their stars are that they have left are old, and they're not really pushing this new generation like they should. So then I'll give credit to the NBA trying all new ways to get the game interesting. Mid-season tournament, specifically creating rules against load management where you have to play 60 games to win major league awards and stuff like that. So what can the NBA do to try to make the game more interesting? Because clearly this is all happening and it's still upsetting people and people are still bored and annoyed with the product. Also, it's extremely expensive to go to an NBA game. I bet even Ryan, Washington Wizards, the worst franchise in the NBA, I bet that game's expensive.
Oh, it definitely is.
The
Oh,
Wizard
no,
game.
it's
A
not.
Wizard game.
I mean, listen, you
To
go.
see Kyle
Hold
Kuzma.
on. To be clear, like if you buy tickets right before and you get up in the nosebleeds, like yes, obviously you can get cheap tickets to the Wizards because they are bad. But if you try and get
Like any
anything
sport
like
team.
right, if you go for any sort of reasonable ticket, like one that you can see everything from, no, it's
How
definitely.
much they run for in Washington? How much is
I
a
mean,
for?
there were nosebleeds that I was looking at just because I wanted to go to a game. I've never been to an NBA game. And so I was looking and it was the day of the game, but it was the morning, so I guess it wasn't quite as low. But up in the nosebleeds, like way toward the top, it was still like $95. Are
To
you
see
kidding
the
me?
Wizards.
$95.
$95
To see the
$95
Wizards.
steal.
on freaking
Oh, come on.
for the
Jose.
Wizards?
Come
To
It's
the
on,
like
Jose.
Wizards?
Wizards versus like the
That's a
Hawks or
hard
something.
one.
I'm gonna be real.
$95.
So I know
That's not.
I was gonna be real honest with you. So me and my girl were gonna go to Washington D.C. and we
Yeah.
were looking at games, and I
Yeah.
saw game Washington Wizard tickets for $40 fucking, and I thought that was a steal because I
40 is a
can't
steal.
I can't get into I can't get a program at at the Knicks game for $40 freaking.
No, yeah, 40. I would have gone for 40, not for almost 100. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't want to
To
see
see
the
Kyle
freaking Wizards
Kuzma.
that bad. Gee, yeah. Who's on the
Is
Wizards for $100?
Who is on the Wizards?
That's what I'm saying. $40. Yeah,
Well,
it's
if
cool
I
to
was gonna
see.
go to the
But
Wizards, I'm
Nobody
seeing
cares about the first
away
round
team.
pick, Alexander Starr. Even though that's the NBA's fault on Wizards, you have the number 1 overall pick. Nobody knows who the hell he is.
I don't. You're right. But no,
So there you
I'm not
go.
paying $95 to go see the Washington Wizards.
But as I'm saying though, the sentiment though is the NBA sucks right now. So
Sure.
coming up with ways on how to make the game more competitive and interesting. Well, the commissioner of the NBA was on the Dan Patrick show to give a little state of the NBA of what's going on as they approach the deadline. The NBA trade deadline's the 6th. That's next week, next Thursday. And then the All-Star weekend is the 3rd weekend in February. So he came up with this idea to make quarters go from 12 minutes to 10 minutes a quarter. And before we discuss, here's his explanation on why he thinks that it will help the game. This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Something else that I'm a fan of, and I'm probably in a minority, as we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is
yeah. But
is
if
40
you
minutes.
like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about over time. I mean, something else.
So that's his explanation. I'm so. I feel I could go either way in it. I'd lean towards keeping it the way it is. But again, the players just aren't trying in the regular season. They're doing everything they can. They just aren't. And And also maybe you go from 81 game 82 80 sorry 81 games to maybe a 65 game. That's one idea that could maybe make it a little more competitive. Yeah, but also just making the stars. You want to know what's interesting? I saw your top. I'm looking at the top 10 NBA jersey sales, and still the top three are LeBron, Steph, and
Durant.
yeah, so they're still old as hell, guys. While if you look at the NBA, the NFL jerseys, for instance, even though people hate the NFL, are starting to get sour on the NFL. Not
You're getting
hate, but
sour on one team.
well,
Let's
yeah,
be
but just
honest.
the league, though. Still, the frustration of the league. People are
Sure, but
frustrated with the league. No, of course, the NBA is not going anywhere. It's still king. They're miles away from everyone else. But the
the
point is,
NFL,
they
yeah.
can still make stars, though. That helps their success.
Oh,
And their
absolutely, yeah.
new stars are all under 29, are all under 30 years old.
Yep.
The oldest is Patrick Mahomes, while most of the top 10 NBA jerseys are older, like 32 and older, most of them. You have some in there. You have your Wembys, you have your Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards.
of course.
But again, this old ass league trying to make new things happen is going from 12-minute to 10-minute quarters a way to do that or not? Because I still think the same effort is going to happen.
Yeah, so I think that it's fine, and I would, if I were involved in that decision making, I might even vote yes to do it, just because a 2 hour slot is just easier for TV consumption. It is. He's right. It's easier to plan an event around 2 hours and all that stuff. So 2 hour slot is much better for television. So from that perspective, I'd say sure, I agree, but I don't believe for a second that that's the problem. I think that's a separate thing that you can do to make it more, more TV friendly, but I don't think that that's your issue. I think your issue is, well, one, you talked about the schedule, and so there's an economic principle, right? That scarcity creates demand. If there's not a lot of something, then when it's there, people want it. So off rip, you have too many games. Get rid of some games.
Yeah,
You
like
just
maybe
do.
go to 65 games.
Right.
Oh my
So
God.
scarcity creates demand. Now all of a sudden there's less games on. You're not going to be able to watch as many. So when the games are on, you're going to sit and watch because there's less opportunity. So that's number one. And then I think you take that same principle, scarcity creates demand, and you apply it to your players. So that's how you apply it to the teams in the schedule. You get rid of it. You have to put, in my opinion, and this is going to hurt for a bit, but you should do it, some deep caps on spending in the NBA. Deep caps on player spending, on contract structure for rookies, on contract structure for not rookies. Because as you pointed out, these players are making more than most athletes. NBA has huge contracts.
Yeah, they think of the best contracts. Even the 12th
And
man can make 20 million a year.
And they don't play particularly hard at all. And there's always this idea, well, if you do that, then no, they won't play, right? So let's play that game. Let's game that out. No one's watching anyway. So you get a couple of the big names that are old. They're going to retire. They'll retire at some point anyway. So you're just, tiring maybe a tad bit sooner because they can't make $180 million a season or whatever. But these younger guys who are also, like you said, you could be 12th man making $20 million. You're not trying at all because you make $20 million a year. They're not going to do something else. What else are these basketball players going to do?
Mm-hmm.
If you cut that salary in half for the 12th man, if that $20 million 12th man's at 10 or less, if he's at 5, if you cut him down to 5 million from 20, what is he going to do about that? Like, realistically, he's got no other prospects. Certainly not to make $5 million a year. He has no other prospects. And again, anyone who tries to stop you, and not to say that there's a monopoly in basketball, but anyone who tries to stop you would have to collect so much early startup costs because the only reason you'd go there was for a higher salary, that unless they have, frankly, unless they have Saudi Arabia money, they have absolutely no shot at paying for all those players. So they need to cap the salary because the players who get paid a lot are going to be the players who play well. And so people are going to play much harder. And when people play harder, that's when stars are born. Stars are not born from $20 million, bench warmers, don't even take off their sweats. You know what I mean? That's not how you create stars. You create stars when people are hungry for promotion, for more playtime, for more accolades, for more deals in terms of, outside spending. And so, yeah, I think that there should be stricter contracts within the NBA that frankly cuts down on a ton of spending on players and incentivizes good play, which would incentivize fans being attached to that player, and then that fan attraction will be how they make up the rest of the money through deals, through maybe social media monetization, whatever, whatever you have. But I think that's the problem is they don't need anyone to like them or like how they play because they're making more money than any other athlete, even if they suck.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, Jose? Am I got it?
Honestly, I mean, you got a point.
Commissioner
Honestly,
Ryan?
I just feel like also that you're kind of pushing out the low man like us. Like we enjoy going to games. So if I be honest with you, like me and Matt goes to the Yankees game all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask Matt. I'll get us tickets for like right by the foul pole for dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it like
Because
go
there's
see
so
the
many
Knicks.
of them.
Right.
They have as
I
many
can't-
home games as an entire season.
Yeah,
basically.
but here's the problem. I got 40. There's 84 games.
81 games in basketball.
81. So you at least
So
got
40.
40.
Yeah.
Right. So you at least got 40 home games. But I'm priced out all 40 games. I can have the fucking shitty Wizards come into Madison Square Garden, and I'm still priced out.
Yep.
So for me to give a shit, I don't. If I can't go to the games, then why should I don't like watching it. Why am I giving a shit? There's no incentivizing me to give a fuck if I can't even see them live play. And
So
you got me. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so actually, I put a I was tweeting about this and I was writing about this for one of the wrestling sites that I do when the WrestleMania tickets came on sale because they're
TKO now they're expensive,
astronomical. And to be clear, this year
I blame
this
TKO
year
on that.
So this year WrestleMania in Vegas was supposed to be my birthday present. That was we already decided we're taking a trip to Vegas. Me and my wife are gonna see WrestleMania night 2, and all that stuff. We canceled it. We decided to do something different because we cannot afford to go to the show. Not the Vegas trip is fine. We can afford a trip to Vegas, but we can't, on top of a trip to Vegas, pay for a WrestleMania ticket. We don't have enough money. We can't justify that purchase, I should say. It's not that we don't have enough money. We just can't justify that purchase. And so I'm like sitting here and I'm like, and I said this, like, you're right, Jose. The live aspect of it is important. I remember when my dad and Matt was with me on this trip, took me to see Monday Night Raw. It's like the Raw after Mania too, I believe. Like I remember that trip. And I remember when my mom and I believe Matt's mom took us to go meet John Cena at the mall. And that was not a particularly expensive meet and greet. Nothing by today's standards, right? So we saw a wrestling show. We met John Cena. Like we did all these things as kids that were definitely, I mean, expensive, of course, especially for the time, but nothing like they are today. And I got to be honest, if I didn't get to go see any wrestling as a kid, if I didn't get to meet John Cena in person as a kid, could I promise that I'd still be a fan of the product today? No. Most people aren't. Most people watch wrestling as a kid.
Right.
But they don't ever get into it because they never see the shows live. They never meet the people live. And by the time they're adult, it's just that fake thing they watch as a kid. It's a kid show and they move on. So, like, you're right. If you can't see your favorite athletes, and I'll call wrestling athletes for this, I know, understand it's a show, but it works, honestly, it works with musicians and stuff almost just as well. You build a much greater connection when you get to see an act that you like live. And if you don't, you're far less connected to their success and to paying for them and so on and so forth. And I think we're starting to see that. I think we're going to see it more because they're not quite ready to give up the ghost and stop, charging so much. But eventually they will run out of money because they're not making enough in ticket sales because the tickets are empty. And so they're raising the prices to make up for the empty seats. And guess what? Eventually, those people will be priced out too. And so they'll have to fix it eventually. But unfortunately, until they stop making money on it, they're not going to fix it. And so if I'm in that mindset of I'm not going to lower my ticket prices, then I think, like I said, restructuring the contracts, restructuring the length of the season, and sure, why not make it 10-minute quarters? I think all those could help a little bit for TV, for TV watching in particular. But yes, you're right. If they can't start filling the stands with regular people, they're not going to have fans for life like a lot of us are, a lot of our parents were, because they got to see these favorite teams live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And also, last but not least, before we move on, and when you have players who do stuff like this, one second, like Joel Embiid, who has played in 446 NBA games and missed 400 games. He's missed 47% of the game in 10 and a half, and for after playing in 10 and a half seasons, that's when you get frustrated.
Yeah, he's missed
And
almost half his career.
some of it is injuries, but definitely a lot of it is being lazy and
Yeah,
load
but if you're
management
going,
crap.
if you're going to an NBA game to see one star, you're kind of asking for it because
Oh yeah, well that's
it's
the
always a
NBA.
50.
That's on the NBA for setting their league up like that. I feel
Right.
like after Jordan left, I mean sorry,
Yeah,
during the Jordan era they turned into not more teams is about the stars. That's how they
Right.
were marketing it. And there's only like the hottest teams in the NBA right now are like more cohesive as a team. Obviously, my Knicks, yes, bias, but OKC plays as a team, even having Shea lead them. The Memphis Grizzlies have turned into playing more team basketball. The Houston Rockets are second in the West right now. And what they have been able to make with good drafting, giving Ime Udoka a chance for cheating on his
The
wife.
same,
That's why he lost his job.
same thing with Cleveland.
What Cleveland's doing with the great coach Kenny Atkinson, that's interesting. But they don't care about that, and only like hardcore NBA fans like me and others are paying attention to that. But
But I
nobody
remember,
knows about this.
but
Like the Rockets are second in the West.
yeah, I remember
They've
as a
been
kid
last
though.
for like 10 straight years. It's crazy.
As like a kid, I remember 'cause we were definitely a part of, like you said, that post Jordan era. Obviously, LeBron was big when we were a kid, when we were kids, and so like we were definitely part of that stars era, like collections of stars. Even like that's when they started to build. We kind of came up in like the super teams era, Matt and I anyway. I think that's fair to say. With the Heat got the big three, and other teams tried to find their version of that. But one of the top teams, two of the top teams of that era anyway, were Dallas and San Antonio. And both of those teams were very team oriented.
Exactly.
But they still managed to have strong followings. And again, maybe it's because they had like a wise leader who spoke for the team. Maybe they need more coaches or more veteran players to kind of speak on behalf of these teams. To like Dirk Nowitzki, you got Tim Duncan. I'm thinking of those two teams that I mentioned specifically, as well as Greg Popovich and Mark Cuban, who was not the coach but was the owner of the Mavs at the time, and so he was a big part of their brand. But like maybe that's what it is. Maybe those teams need to find their spokesperson, need to find their celebrity to kind of help build the brand up a little. I don't know,
But you already have that.
clearly you don't because nobody's watching. So
Yeah, but clearly it just. I fucking blame LeBron James to be real honest with you. Like some of the bullshit. Like
I mean, he's
with
one
you.
guy. That
No,
doesn't change
but here's the
anything.
problem. If Michael, see, like look at the slam dunk competition.
Yeah.
If you were a true NBA head back in the day, you were looking forward to the slam dunk competition.
Yeah.
LeBron James came into this league and all he was like doing these crazy dunks and refused to do the dunk contest. So guess what you get? You get Nate Robinson
Yeah.
and shit like that. And it was those
A
dunk
G League
contests
player
were-
won last year.
Right, but what I'm saying, those dunk contests were fucking horrible.
So I wonder then.
Horrible.
I think
that
that
starts.
goes
Yeah,
back
that's.
to.
I know we'll definitely do a tweet cap in February about how the All-Star game was a joke again.
And
Yeah.
now you got it to the point where now you have to have a WNBA star
Yeah.
going against Steph Curry. Like that's your fucking
And yeah,
that's your
and Steph won
that's-
toxic
right, but
masculinity
they were
chats.
trying
Were
to
like,
they were,
go men.
they were trying to do it again with Clark. They offered
Yeah,
Clark
she
and he
said
declined.
no.
Well,
That
yeah,
could have
because
been
you want to lose. Why would you want to lose?
But that's my point. Is that's your marquee shit? This is the men's All Star.
Right.
You would look forward to this shit, and the freaking highlight of the week is a man versus woman 3-point
a
competition.
man
The
versus woman.
goddamn the best fucking 3-point shooter in God's green earth against a woman. Okay,
Which, to be
thanks a lot,
clear,
guys.
to be clear, I'm not saying it's always a bad idea. I think if you've got a woman and a man who are organically hot on threes in a season, if you want to throw a little exhibition on top of All-Star Weekend between the two of them, I think actually that could definitely draw eyeballs. So the concept's only bad because it's forced. If it wasn't forced,
it's a band-aid.
If it wasn't if it wasn't a mandate, if it was organic, like, oh, we got two hot shooters right now, this season, we had two hot shooters. Let's put them against each other, man versus woman battle of the sexes, all that stuff. I think that's fine. But I would say this, since what you're saying, but with what you're saying, I think it goes back to the contracts. Actually, again, what is the incentive for LeBron James or for the next LeBron James? LeBron doesn't need any money. Let's be honest.
So
the next
I just
LeBron
want to throw
James
that
to
out there.
do the
Shams
dunk.
reported at the beginning of the year, which I'm surprised didn't get traction, that they expect him when his contract ends next year, that'll be it. He'll walk away from the game.
I assume so. But I'm saying the next LeBron James, what is their why would they do the dunk contest?
Like, how about Cooper Flag? Cooper Flag is the
problem
hottest
is
thing in
LeBron wasn't George. See, that's the thing. Jordan was an all-star. I mean, at the same time, he did it. He didn't give a shit.
That. Yeah, I know that.
But when my best star is refusing to do it because he's scared to be embarrassed or lose,
right? Or
it's
get
a
hurt.
problem. It's
right, and that's what I'm saying. So you need an incentive to make that happen, and I think the incentive is you don't pay people an exorbitant amount up front on their contract. I think you pay them a far more, meager would not be the correct word. I would say far more balanced salary, and then you've got incentives that you add on top of it. You've got playoff
But you already
incentives.
do.
You've got all-star. Yeah, but you've got that on top of $180 million. Plus,
yeah, but you got
more.
that. You get that on your contract if you get an all-star or you get a
yes. So what I'm saying to you,
right?
I'm saying the problem is right now you're telling someone who's making $180 million a year that they can make a little more if they do the dunk contest. No, nobody's like, oh man, I really need that extra tiny bit on my $180 million.
Depending on the state you're in, because you get that state income tax before that extra change comes in.
Stop. My point is, if you have people if you have the top stars and you cut their salaries down considerably, all of a sudden, those bonuses to play in these other exhibitions and to be a part of this league in a more meaningful way, suddenly those matter. Not just because you love the league, but because you need them, because you want to make extra money.
So before we move on, we have Cooper Flag, who, if anybody's paying attention, who is the biggest star in college basketball right now. Duke Blue Devil. Like in his last 5, reading it now. This is points alone in college basketball. 42 points. 13, 28, 24, and 28. On points alone, averages about 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists. That could be better, but the big thing though, he can score and stuff like that. And we did a story about him owning the NBA. Sorry, not the NBA, the USA basketball team. So he's about to go in. Expected to be a number 1 pick. What do you do with that? And again, I only think if you're a hardcore college basketball fan, you know about him, but dude can ball, and he's a white boy who can ball.
I don't think you need to be a hardcore fan to know who he is. I think everybody knows he's probably the number 1 player right now. But the problem is also, I was like, you can exploit him in the Futures Challenge. Was it the sophomore? Did he still do the
freshman, rookies, and sophomores thing?
You do that. But then also, I was going to say, also on top of that, the problem is the All-Star game in itself, where you watch the NBA game, it's just a fucking shoot around because everybody's just 200 fucking points, both sides. No defense. Nobody is like, there's no incentive to even give a fuck because they don't give a fuck. So why should I give a fuck? I ultimately really truly believed, I thought they should have done what MLB did a few years ago in the All-Star game, the winning side, East versus West, get home field advantage
of the World Series. I was surprised people didn't like that. Well, that's because they're boring.
Right, but I felt like that was like the best games were during that time because both sides were fucking trying to win. So I felt like you
I
could have
agree
done
with
the
you.
same fucking thing. There's if you incentivize it instead of offering them money, which you're offering guys more money than they already have, they're still not gonna give two shits. That's the only way I can see you fixing the All Star game because the All Star game is trash. It's not. You might as well get rid of it. It's now becoming the NFL Pro Bowl. It's nice to be
Yeah.
called a Pro Bowl. You just nobody gives two fucks. Ain't nobody. What the Pro Bowl's this week, and now they turned into fucking flag football. So it's just gonna turn into that. You might as well just do another fucking 1 day tournament, call it a fucking day or some shit. But
That could actually, you know what? That could actually be fun. If you get rid of the All-Star game and make it an All-Star tournament, fuck, just 3-on-3, a bunch of the All-Stars.
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing now.
3-on-3?
It's three on. It was supposed. I don't. It's supposed. The idea was. I thought. I don't know. Matt can find out. Tell me. But it was a bunch of teams, 3-on-3. The from the freshman sophomore game, they become a three, and they get into a round robin tournament to 21.
Yeah, do that with the All-Stars though. Do that with like
Yeah,
LeBron.
with the All Star, right? Yeah, with all of them. I don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
What,
No, we don't need all of them. Take the all make two All-Star, make whatever All-Stars you need to make. Announce them as you made an All-Star. Congratulations. Pair them up randomly into teams, and then let them play a round robin tournament. That'd be funny, in my opinion. I think that would work. And yeah, winning team. I guess the problem with that is you can't give it stakes at that point. Whereas if you do an East versus
right.
West, then you can try and add some stakes. But no, I again I do think if you restrict the cash,
Okay, so
create
here,
incentive based income, then you get what I mean? Like think about golf. Think about golfers. And obviously a lot of people don't watch golf, but like in golf, you kind of make money by doing well. Like you don't just make money. Now, if you do well long enough, you'll get like, whatever Callaway will sponsor you and then you'll make plenty of money off of them. But like by and large, as a golfer, your job is to play well because if
right.
you don't make any money. And like NASCAR, very similar. Everybody's got sponsors.
NASCAR.
Yeah, but everyone's got sponsors, right? You see them on the car or whatever, Home Depot, McDonald's, etc. But that pays like for teams and stuff. That's not just salary. You want salary, you got to win. Horse racing is another one. The horse that wins is the one that makes the money. The other horses don't make as much money because they didn't win. So I think I really do think that restrictive salaries are the way to fix any sport that's got boring, frankly. And again, we seem to we've elevated these athletes to be like, demigods. We don't want to anger them. They can't do anything. I mean, the really rich ones, they can. Of course, now they can, right? They could take the money they've already made, they could invest it smart if they wanted to, and then they don't have to play basketball anymore. But you talk about this Cooper Flag coming in. I don't know this Cooper Flag guy for nothing.
Also, Rutgers, this Rutgers player, I can't think of his name. Let me get him really quick.
Cooper Flag's gonna be the #1 fucking pick,
Yeah,
and NBA is gonna shoot the fucking rocket on him.
That's fine.
Like they did with Zion.
But what I'm saying is,
or Ace Bailey's also fun to watch at Rutgers. He's expected to be a big pick.
Yeah, but I'm saying so like these guys, this Cooper Flag, this Ace Bailey. If you don't give them a $35-45 million rookie deal for 4 years, right? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do as
40 million
college
a year
dropouts? Whatever. What did the first round pick make last year? What did the first round pick make last year?
10 million for 3 years or some shit like that.
Right. So, what are they gonna do for $6 million for 3 years? If you say we don't pay rookies 10 million, we don't pay rookies double digits, we'll give you 6. What are their options? Really, what are their options?
Well, I think in the bargain agreement that the first round pick, it's a set of my first.
That's what I'm saying. Unset.
Hey, I have that.
Adam
I
Silver,
have that
sit down
number
and
for you
unset.
right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The #1 overall pick. Sorry, keep going really quick. I'll have that answer really quick.
So, by the way, can I say one thing about that All-Star game? So this year's All-Star game, it's your idea. It's going to be a 4-team mini tournament.
No, 4's not enough teams.
Charles Barkley. Charles
12.
Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith are gonna pick 3 captains for 3 teams of 8. The 4th team is gonna be the best standouts from the freshman
No, see,
rookie
no,
challenge.
By
F
the way, I
that.
And then
have it. Zach Reicher, first overall pick, signed with Houston. Signed with the Hawks at 4 years, 57 million.
57 million.
it's like
Yeah.
10, yeah, over
4 years,
10.
So,
7.
right.
So
So
how
you
much is
take
that? I can't. Who wants to do the
well,
math?
4
4
million,
years.
4 million at 57.
It's like
57
over 10 a
by
year.
4. Yeah, 14 and a quarter.
Yeah. So you sit there and say you're not making 14 a year. You're
Still
making 10 a year. Right? You're making 8 a year. What are they going to do for $8 million the next 4 years? The answer is absolutely nothing. They dropped out of college to play basketball. $8 million is life-changing money, even for them. No one is crying broke if you make $8 million a year. I don't care where you live. I don't care if you live in LA. I don't care if you live in the middle of Manhattan as a New York Knick. If you make $8 million a year, you're fine. You are fine.
Oh, honestly, Ryan, $8 million, you're playing for the Westchester Knicks.
Right now, yes, you are right now, and that's my point. You can make a ridiculous amount of money. This guy's unproven. He got 57 million without playing a single game of basketball. I mean, he played college, but he didn't play. Yeah, pro game. There, $57 million. He could be a bust. It's ridiculous. Of course, no one's playing that hard. I'm going to make $57 million over the next 4 years. What do I care? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. And that's exactly what we see in the content that we're watching. They don't care because they're making $57 million over the next 4 years regardless. There needs to be less guaranteed money, more incentive-based opportunities for money. And yeah, you might lose some people, but no one is going to be able to take an entire rookie class at $57 million a year. There's not a single company or group of companies that could start a rival brand and hold all those contracts. Again, barring Saudi money. If the Saudis jump into an alternative, then you could end up with a problem on your hands. I won't lie to you.
So don't speak
That's
that
your
into
risk.
existence.
That's your risk if you do that. But I think you should do it. I think you should try it.
So, and also last but not least, and also promote the right stars, not the Nepo babies like this guy.
LeBron, yeah.
This guy, the most famous the most famous G League player. Look at him going for 3. Look at this huge shot he made. Here it is. Look at this.
Who's that, Bronny?
That's Bronny. Here we go. For 3. Brick. And that's who they want.
So terrible.
That's who they want
good,
and
man.
think that America likes. That's
No, they did.
problem,
In fairness, they did that just for LeBron.
I know, but they shouldn't have.
Yeah, but that dude's getting
that and just
getting
helps
cut.
the incredibility of
Yeah,
this
but
league.
that dude's getting cut. He's getting.
Look at this. Look at this. He made a basket. They're saying MVP.
Ronnie James made 2 free throws.
G League game.
Again, they did that for LeBron.
It really does.
He's getting cut as soon as his contract is done. He's got to take his money and be smart with it because he's not going to have his daddy's career. And that's fine. You don't need it. His dad got him millions of dollars, and he should say thank you. Invest all that money, and then maybe start a business or whatever. Like his dad's got all these companies. Maybe learn how to run
start a
one of
rap
those.
career like somebody else who did recently.
We have to be good at rapping to do that.
D'Angelo Ball, that was a literal chop
It
tart.
worked. It worked. It worked for him.
All right, let's do another edition of Jose. What do you think about this person? Jose, I'm going to present to you a fitness model. Please give me your honest opinion on it. This is provided once again from I'm 6'7", and tell us what you think on this. You ready?
No, go ahead.
Here we go.
Respectfully, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
So bad.
Shit. Respectfully, of course.
Oh my God. What are we doing as a society? Jose.
You really want to answer that?
Hey, the question's there. Would you be with this fitness model who has Down syndrome?
I ain't gonna fucking lie with them titties and fat ass. She could be fucking crippled for all I give a shit.
Oh
I mean, so like
Right.
to be clear, Matt, and I'm not saying I'm not saying that I'm where Jose is at actually, but
Come on, Ryan.
playing devil's advocate to side with Jose for a second here. Like, so obviously, if you have like Down syndrome, which it appears she may have, right? There's some sort of, you're a little bit slower than if you hadn't had that, of course. But like, it's not like you can't, obviously, she's a fitness model. It's not like you can't think and do things for yourself at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like someone who is completely
right. I know what you're saying.
So, like, I would say
they're an adult; they can make adult decisions.
Right. So I would say that it's not quite as like, in my mind, it's not quite as like gross as maybe it could be. Like, but just for me personally, I would feel strange because it's like you never really know, like, because like, what if they're not like, what if they don't pick up on a social cue like that I'm laying down?
I love how
you know what I mean?
Ryan,
Like,
just tell them. It's even Ryan. Goddamn, you just tell the bitch to shut the fuck up. I'll play color and book with you.
Okay, yeah, I hear you, Jose. I hear you, Jose. My point is that I do think that it is a very sensitive, like subject to try and have that relationship. I think that for me, it's a no-go. My opinion.
Ryan, it's just like the fat bitch in the Uber. You're discriminating because she had Down syndrome.
Well, first of all right, no discrimination. No one is
because
entitled.
She's slow.
No one is entitled. Hold on. No,
Ryan.
this is important. This is important for people to hear. No one is entitled to sleep with anybody, man or woman. By the way, discrimination. Yeah, some people do discriminate. By the way, there's some people who won't date like a person of color. Right?
Would you smash her even though if you were single? Would you smash that?
No, I just said I would.
By the way, guys,
come on, Ryan.
Guys,
Ryan,
should I read some of these comments? I'm down since she's down. Ooh, I bet someone's gonna say I'm down if I'm down.
Fucking, you know how romantic it is right now? Me and her in bed listening to System of a Down. That's how romantic.
Someone writes, "Cake is cake, no matter who the baker." Oh,
fuck yes, amen to that. Because them titties were looking real good.
So hold on though, I will say this. So the 6 foot whatever, he said sensational is sensational regardless, and I agree with that. I mean, she's clearly very attractive. She's not less attractive because she has Down syndrome. I want to make that clear. I agree with the sentiment of
she has still an OnlyDowns account.
She's still. Really? I don't believe that's a thing, Jose. I think that's. But anyway, no, but like,
I'll shoot a dildo with us. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So my point is that I think that he's right to say, of course, a person can look beautiful even with a learning disability, a mental disability, a physical disability. So I agree with the sentiment there. But you're asking me a personal preference. Would I be comfortable sparking an intimate relationship with somebody who has Down syndrome, and I would personally feel uncomfortable, like I was doing something wrong or taking advantage or not being fair. And so for that reason, I would personally avoid it because I wouldn't be comfortable in that situation myself. Other people would, and that's fine. Like I said, everyone's an adult. Everyone consents. It's fine. I would be uncomfortable, and therefore I wouldn't do it. That's what I was saying.
Would you feel uncomfortable, or would you be comfortable titty fucking the shit out of that?
I have a confession to make, guys.
Uh-oh.
It's an AI.
Oh!
This is her. Now, I thought the video was real too. The comments pointed this out, and it's actually this woman and the AI her. Shit. She can do whatever she wants to me.
I'm about to say, so she doesn't have.
No.
Does she have Down? She don't have Down syndrome?
No. This is.
Oh, they don't have no problem but titty fucking the shit out of her, so we're good to go.
Here's a big message, because I'm 6'7", thought she was real too. That's the first ever time I thought AI truly fooled me.
So can I say this now?
Yes.
Maybe this is a hot take. Obviously, I said I wouldn't for someone who's Downs. I would be less likely now.
What the hell, Ryan?
Here's why. Not because she's not attractive. Obviously, she is. But I'm going to go out and be the brave one to say, that's fucked up. I'm going to make this video of me working out, but I'm going to add a filter to my face using AI that makes me look like I have Down syndrome. That's absolutely fucked, dude. That's so messed up, it's not even funny.
Right.
Like, whose brain is like, you know what would make this content better? If I pretended to have a mental disability.
It got her the views, man.
Yeah, I know it did because, but
We're
I'm saying,
fucked up horny society.
I'm saying that's fucked up. That's so fucked up that her brain went there, that her brain was like, I know how to get more views. Let me give myself downs online. That's fucked up. Lady, I don't know your name and I don't care to learn it. That's fucked up, dude. Like, come on, delete that video. You got the money you wanted from it. It's been monetized. I'm sure you made plenty of money off of that. Delete that shit. That's horrible, man. That's not cool. My opinion.
AI, man.
Listen, she likes that kinky shit. I can do the same thing with her.
Hey, yo.
All right?
Respectfully, of course, that's fucked up. Not what you said, what she did with the video.
Jeez.
I mean, what you said was probably fucked up too, Jose. I'm mostly
but
not
what I'm
listening.
saying, well, in my mind, I'm thinking that fat girl wanted to get in this car. That was fucked up for even trying, and then
that
go
wasn't
sue him.
AI.
That wasn't. It definitely wasn't AI. But fuck.
Again, I've said everything I need to say on both versions of this particular fitness model.
AI, guys. How about that AI? All right. Let me reintroduce you a podcast favorite of ours. Who remembers James the Barber, aka the guy who said, "I gave the woman 16 years of my life. She cheated on me with my own kid or whatever."
Oh yeah! Wow, he's back.
I got some more. We got some new. We got some updated videos.
No way.
Let's get some James Barber out here.
He was not doing okay last time. Look at him.
Let's do some more James the Barber really quick.
My life, and she done had a baby on me, my grand. I done gave this woman 16 years of my life, and she done had a baby on me, my granddad. I gave her 16 years of my life, and she had a baby on me with my granddad.
Man, hold on, brother. I had a baby on you with your granddad.
With my granddad.
What kind of man is that?
Man, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm so hurt and torn for that. I said, out of all
you married to her?
No, I just was with her 16 years.
16 years? You might have well been married.
I might have well been married. I took care of her. I dropped out of college and everything to take care of this woman, man. And she went over there and had a baby with my granddad.
You got other kids that she...
No, I ain't got no kids with her.
How old is she?
How old is she?
Yeah.
She 28.
Well, she a good grown woman. She know better.
Yeah. Yeah.
She know better. Can't say she don't know better.
Yes, she do know better,
He's
man.
so concerned.
All the things I did for her. Then they gonna make sure I have twins.
She got twins coming?
Twins. No, she
How
done
old
had
granddad?
She done had twins.
How old is your
My
granddad?
granddad is 72.
72? That joke almost old as I am.
That's what I'm
That's what is your that part. Oh man, let's get another one.
Where does he live? Did we find that out?
I can look it up when I play the clip. This clip. Here's another one.
He's almost as old as I am.
Let's get another James the Barber.
Remember the lady outside her? She was funny too.
Look at this one right here.
Holy good job. Wow.
Man, I gave this woman 16 years of my life. She done had a baby on me with my granddad.
No!
Yeah, 16 years, man. She done had a baby on me with my granddad.
I'm from Barbor. I'm from Brickyard.
She done had a baby with my granddad.
I'm from Barbor. The goddamn Brickyard. You gonna tell you who I know. You know Rag?
No, I don't know Rag.
Huh?
I don't know Rag.
You know the lawnmower man, Mr. Curtis?
I think so.
Yeah. J-Boy and Slim is his brother.
Okay.
They're having two different conversations.
Rag lives down the street.
I gave them 16 years, man. She don't have a baby with my granddad.
No, bro.
I had a baby with my granddad.
I know, bro.
Then on top of that, they ended up having twins. Twins, man.
Oh, wait.
And she calling me right now, telling me I gotta keep one, and he gonna keep the other one.
Hell no.
Man, I said you got me messed up for real, man. That's why I said I'm gonna help you. I'm going
He
through the
said
work
hell
right now,
no.
man. 16 whole years.
Man, we just sit down and talk.
Yeah,
so
man. I said, man, that's the most crazy, devastating thing.
I'll be 60 years old, January 10.
60 years old?
Uh-huh.
And this how my Christmas and New Year I got to start my New Year off. I knowing she had a baby with my granddad.
Yeah.
You going back and forth helping him get to the doctor, and the whole time y'all doing the do.
Doing to do.
Doing the do.
Where to do it, how to do it.
Everything, man. I said, man, it don't make no sense. The most devastating news I ever got in my life, man.
I figured it out. I know where he's from.
Where he is, because I can't look it up. He doesn't put a location on his accounts. Is that a Buc-ee's over there?
I'm on his Facebook.
Where's he from?
And I'm checking his friends. And so he has a friend that was very easy. He's got a friend named Mayor Larry Gill. So I looked up Mayor Larry Gill, and Larry Gill is the mayor of Marion, Mississippi.
Oh.
And so then I checked. He's got a couple other people. We got studied at Meriden High School, Mississippi, from Meriden, Mississippi. University of Louisiana, so that one doesn't help me, but still studied at Meriden High School in Meriden, Mississippi. So this is Mississippi, by the way.
Okay, it definitely looks like it. Quite frankly,
hell yeah.
That's a lot going on in Mississippi. But you know what? Everyone's very friendly down there, or up
clearly.
there.
Oh, if you did it in the Northeast, you could punch in the face.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?" They'd be like, "Get the hell away from me! I don't want to care about you or your grandfather." So everyone's very nice and very talkative. And that checks from what I know about communities similar to that. Everybody's very nice and talkative. You don't get them talking too much. You probably don't want to hear what they think about certain things, but they're friendly enough that they want to talk to you, in the grocery store. So there you go, Mississippi's own James DeBarber.
This is our favorite. This is the last one. This is my personal favorite reaction from one in Walmart.
I gave that woman 16 whole years and she had a baby on me with my granddad.
Sir?
I gave that woman 16 years of my life and she had a baby on me with my granddaddy. My granddaddy.
This world today, I tell you.
He's gonna take care of the other one.
This world
16
today.
whole years of my life. 16 years, man.
No, your granddaddy's gonna stand up and do his thing.
Yeah.
He should have had morals being that old.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's his real reaction too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I said, man, I started to pull from him and kill him. I started to kill him, man.
Yeah, because his morals weren't there.
Yeah, so he deserved to be ended.
So that's his, those are his kids.
Yeah, those are his kids. And my uncle's now with my woman. And she think I'm gonna play stepdad. No, it's not going down. No.
I'm sorry to say it's over.
It's over. It's over.
Find you another
a lady that respects me and have morals. That's what I gotta find.
And that's very hard these days.
And I'm probably just go get with her grandmom though. I probably just go have her.
I just say that guy just skirted on by. I could kill him. Just didn't even worry about it. Just said, "Well, it's over."
I say, out of all the people we have shown and will continue to show, from Juliano to OCDA to James DeBarber here, the way they react to the public, he finds the most wholesome people.
The dude that remember the employee? We don't want to show it again. We already showed it before. The employee though. Who
of OCDA, of occupational care,
for James DeBarber, and he found a worker at one of the stores he was at. He was talking about, he wanted to hurt his grandpa for what he did. He goes, "Oh no!" He tried to stop him from killing his grandpa. I loved that one. That was so funny. He's like, "Well, no." He's like, "We don't want to be doing that."
I also think they're just not used to content creators out in Mississippi, probably either.
Exactly.
That's why it's so wholesome.
They have absolutely no idea what's happening. Yeah. I thought this guy just wanted to tell him, because in fairness, I bet you that stuff happens out there. Actually, you know what? Things like that have happened. I've been obviously this is up in New York, but it's more rural. When I used to go to school upstate and I'd take the bus all the time, we'd drive to the middle of rural New York, middle of rural Pennsylvania, and you'd be on the bus with some dude from there, and their mouth would be missing all kinds of teeth, right? And they would just
some shit.
Yeah, they would just be telling you about it. They'd just be like, "Yeah, my sister, she took off with her kids. We can't find her." And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." And they'll be like, "Yeah, she's done it before. We didn't think she'd do it again, though." And they just go on and be like, yeah, she's only 14. You know what I mean? Like just ridiculous stuff would just keep coming out of their mouth, and you'd be like, all right, you're just sitting next to him, so this is your conversation all the way to Port Authority.
Oh man, that's what you're dealing with.
So
All
yeah,
right.
you get out in the middle of nowhere like that, and yeah, people just they like to share. They like to share
Jose,
what's
how would
going
you
on.
react to dude?
Oh.
In my mind, I'll try to be nice, but in my mind, I'll be like, what the fuck?
All right. One more than our comedian. So we have this dude. We've played karaoke videos before. They go viral every once in a while. Guess what? I have the top karaoke video right now. Let me play you something, and I'll tell you one thing. This dude was single. He did not go home alone that night.
No? Okay.
Look at him kill it to Usher's Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to do. Oh, wow.
Ready?
Yep.
This bro-looking guy. Yo, watch this though.
Ooh, okay, you can sing too.
Bro did not go home alone.
That also, did you see both his outfit and the decor of that bar? They were in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was definitely some country dive bar that he just decided to throw Usher into.
Fuck it, man. YOLO.
I was at a bar like that, did karaoke once, like a real dive bar like that. But
True
I
dive
see,
bar.
I kept it with the theme. Everybody else was singing country songs, sad little country songs. I didn't do a sad country song. I don't like to do sad songs, but I was like, all right, I'll keep it with the country music. I picked the country song. But no, he said, you know what? I sing Usher.
It's a good move. It's a good move. All right. Let us play our comedian. I have a fun comedian. His name is Danny Godwin. Danny Godwin's his name. And so we will do some stand-up towards the end, but I want to specifically focus on his skits. I will admit well, you have to know these people. He's really good at parodying other media figures. Like spot on. Like for instance, let me play you his clip. Let me play you this clip of what Pat McAfee would have said during Pearl Harbor.
Oh shit.
So see right here, see the setup right here, December 12th, 7:41. All right, this is what he would do during Pearl Harbor.
I've seen this one actually.
Don, we're going to war. And who better to lead us into battle than none other than the general, the QB1, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
You know, Pat, I feel for the soldiers and, of course, all their families. But, you know, I feel for the marine life in the area. You know, I think about the dolphins that must have been living around that base and how scared they must have been. You know, especially when you consider those pilots were Japanese.
Now let me turn it over to another Green Bay legend. AJ, what steps do you think President Roosevelt is going to take?
That's it.
Pat, you know, I'm doing a little bit of my own research off camera here, and I don't think this attack happened at all.
Pearl Harbor.
Also, perfect AJ, by the way.
Wait, what was that?
Perfect. That's AJ Hawk. Perfect.
Oh,
AJ
yeah.
Hawk. I've never understood for the life of me what is AJ Hawk's purpose on the show.
Bro, just gotta be there, bro. That's all you gotta do.
He's gotta sit in there. Every once in a while, he'll laugh or something. He might smile. When they did the commentary for college football, he would talk.
Yeah.
live on the sidelines. But you get on the show, dude is silent. Just silent. Sitting there just the whole time.
With the cigar in his hand, too.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Just hanging. I guess it's fine. Everyone's got
good
the one
way
quiet
to
friend.
make 6 figures, right?
I'd do it.
All right.
I don't know that anybody would want me to, but I'd be quiet for 6 figures. Maybe that's what we're doing wrong. We want to talk for money. Maybe if we promise not to talk.
Soon,
maybe if
gentlemen.
I shut up, maybe if I shut up, they'll pay me.
Soon we will get that money. Soon. So why don't we see what Pat McAfee would have said during the assassination of JFK?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
11/22/63. The dates are perfect.
They do make
I'm sorry.
it, yeah.
This program starts now. President John Fitzgerald Kennedy has been assassinated at Dealey Plaza in none other than How About Them Cowboys? Dallas, Texas, by Lee Harvey, the Odd Man Oswald. Now, coming up later in the show, we've got none other than the morning First Lady. She's going to be giving us her thoughts on her late husband as well as her picks for this Sunday's NFL slate. Now, I'd be remiss if we didn't bring in a genuine gunslinger on today's show. I'm talking a more than certain future Hall of Famer, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Pat. Hey, AJ. Good to see you.
Aaron,
Rodgers is
buddy,
good.
give us some of your thoughts.
And Pat, I don't know if I want to go here, but if they killed Jesus, they can kill a president.
Now that's he would say that.
He would. The dolphin thing too. Every one of his Aaron Rodgers. I'm doing some research offline here, and I don't think it happened at all.
Okay, how about Ernie Johnson
Okay.
from inside the NBA? How he would react during Abraham Lincoln's assassination?
Inside the NBA on TNT, I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. It is April 14th, 1865, and while attending the play Our American Cousin, President Abraham Lincoln was murdered by John Wilkes Booth. Should we look at the highlights?
Of the assassination we just watched?
Yep. All right. Here comes Booth driving down the lane.
Oh, Ernie, that's wide open.
Direct shot. That's barbecue chicken, Ernie. And there he goes off the balcony.
Oh, he's got hops, Chuck. I feel for you, Abe. No one wants to be shot by the Pringles man.
Chuckster, did you know the president was 6'4"?
Come on, man. The Wizards could have used him.
He ain't scoring on me. I know that.
Oh!
Sic Semper Tyrannis. Well,
Too good. Too good, man.
The ending of that one was awesome. Boom.
Okay, for this one, you actually, Bill Simmons, do you know who he is, what he sounds like and stuff?
I do. I've listened to the Ringer podcast a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay, so just to make sure, I know he's very big, like Gen X and stuff.
Yeah, he's a little older. Like a little older.
But still, this is another just spot on one. This is Bill Simmons during the Iran-Contra affair. This is how he would react.
All right, Russillo is here. Iran just captured 53 American hostages, none of which are the Celtics, which is good because Dave Cowens is putting together a pretty good start to the season this year. Where are you at right now? Do you think the Iranian Revolution is a success? And do you think Boston can go all the way this year?
And if you know who Ryan Russillo is, this is him.
Yeah, first of all, big shout out to the Shah. Apparently loves the podcast. Reached out to Cerruti last week. Big Golden Gophers guy. So go Minnesota. Look, I don't know how he is as a Monarch, but great guy to talk some Big Ten ball with.
Lombardi's got a good nickname for the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
He's calling him Bird Brain.
Well, that's why he's the best.
I wanted to draft the hostages. I know you put some names together. You get the first pick.
Yeah, with my first pick, I'm going Sergeant William Gallegos. I've seen enough. He's the guy.
This hostage draft is sponsored by Asbestos. Looking for some walls for your new nursery? Asbestos can help.
Oh, history jokes. We love them.
Inside NBA, that was really good.
I even got another one. I don't know what happened on March. What happened on? How about how Inside the NBA would have reacted to the Battle of the Alamo?
Oh, San Antonio.
Here we go.
It's gonna be San Antonio.
Inside the NBA on TNT. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. It is March 6th, 1836, and the Mexican Army has declared victory over Texas after a 13-day siege of the Alamo.
Ernie, I was ready to call it after day 6. That was an ass whooping.
You may all go to hell, and I will go to Texas. Papa.
Shaq, what'd you make that hat out of? An animal you pet too hard?
They say the doors of the church weren't strong enough to hold off General Santa Anna and his men.
I know what they could have used to keep those doors closed.
What's that, Chuckster?
Those big old women right here in San Antonio.
Keep those doors, Chuck. Hey guys, we're in Texas right now. How about we take a family photo?
Oh! Those big old women heard Alamo and thought they was getting some ice cream.
Bro, so good. So good. This is a fun way to get your history, right?
I love I don't know why. It's so mean, but the San Antonio women joke makes me laugh every time they use it. That's why when you said the Alamo, I was like, yes!
Just brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff, really.
Her Alamo, they thought they were getting ice cream.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Work it. I mean, it's that much fun. The I got a couple more, then we'll go. How about Inside the NBA? We'll do the Jesus crucifixion. And then we'll show one of his stand-ups, and that's it.
That'll be the end. Yeah.
That. So the Jesus crucifixion, how Inside the NBA talked about it.
Inside the NBA on TNT, I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. We are here live from the province of Judea. Just got word that Jesus of Nazareth has been crucified under Governor Pontius Pilate. He's going to be back.
Shaq, there ain't no damn way he's coming back.
He's coming back.
He is not coming back. I guarantee it.
You want to take that one back, Chuckster?
Hey, come on, man. Hey, FanDuel, you're welcome.
Hey, FanDuel, you're welcome.
It really makes me want to find. We really need to find when he's performing next. I mean, so good.
I can't even. Alamo jokes. Those big old women, her Alamo, they thought they were getting ice cream.
But yeah, that's the one he does. Bill Simmons, Inside the NBA, and Pat.
The Pat McAfee ones are also very funny, but
yeah, and he's growing that. So let's get one more good in there. And just want to see how Bill Simmons would have reacted to the JFK assassination.
Okay.
Klosterman is here. The president just got shot. Probably a top 4 oh shit moment of the year. Let's start with this. I'm not ready to call Lee Harvey the top shooter of 1963 when Cousy just went 40% from the field with his last season with the Celtics. Because you know who's good? Bob Cousy. Where are you at right now? How do you think the country will persevere? And have you watched anything good recently? Bill, before we get into that, did you know that the Big Bopper played defensive line in high school? I did not know that.
He was actually pretty good. And presumably, if he didn't pursue music and instead pursued sports, then he would have never been on the plane the day the music died. And Richie Valens and Buddy Holly would still be alive today.
I think you're right. Next question. Do you think black people should be allowed to play basketball?
So if you look at the numbers.
Oh, man. Good stuff, right? Good stuff. I just want to say one more because it might as well finish the theme going. I just saw it here. The last JFK reference.
The JFK with the...
and we can save more of these for another time because he has a lot more. We'll let some of that grow. But last one. How would Inside the NBA react to JFK? As we saw what Pat and Bill Simmons would do. What would Inside the NBA do?
Welcome to Inside the NBA on TNT. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. A tragic day here in America. President Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. No official word on who was behind the assassination, but we do know that the suspect was seen in the 6th floor of the Texas Book Depository.
Ernie, did you say books? Well, at least we know Shaq didn't do it.
I can read more books than you, Chuck. Guys, calm down. Not today. And Chuckster, we know Shaq didn't do it because if he was the shooter, he would have missed. All right, let's get to those highlights.
You said books? No, Shaq didn't do it.
We love a good comedy. Check out Danny Goodwin, guys, on all social media platforms. Definitely on the rise with that one, but
got me wheezing out here. I will say, I mean, it's good that he could do those impressions, but this also speaks to how funny Inside the NBA
is. Exactly. Yes, and Larry, Danny Goodwin. Check out Danny Goodwin. All right, Jose and Ryan, great stuff. Watch the Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Yes.
Check out our reaction. If it's good enough, we'll give it a section for the tweet cap. But also check out next week's show as we got a tweet cap for you on Tuesday and Friday as per usual. And then we'll preview the Super Bowl this week. We'll release that on Wednesday. So we've got shows Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for you all. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm and stay safe. Peace.
You too, Matt.